Assalamualaikum. Good morning, dear students. How are you all? Alhamdulillah. I wish you all are well by the great grace of Almighty Allah. How about you? I think you all are also well. For last 3 months, we are taking online classes as part of our duty. As a teacher, taking class is the main responsibility. We all the teachers are seriously eager and interested to take our classes, but due to severe pandemic COVID-19, we have no chance to take our regular classes as government has decided not to open the regular classes, being threatened that the infectious disease corona may attack or may spread from person to person. So around 4 crore of our school going children and their teachers and their guardians may be united in different places, and there is a life-threatening risk of spreading this disease. So government has taken the right decision not to open the school but to arrange online classes. So from the bottom layer of my heart, I thanked the government, People's Republic of Bangladesh, and for arranging this digitalization process, online classes. I express my thanks to the social media, present government, the responsible authority, Ministry of Education, Maushi, Naim, our local education office, respected director sir, DD sir, DO sir, TO sir, my respected supervisor madam, honorable SMC St. Xavier's High School Khulna, my dearest head sir, assistant head sir, all my colleagues and my dear friends and dearest students, I welcome you all to our online class St. Xavier's High School Khulna. I'm Kaji Kamrul Islam, assistant teacher English, St. Xavier's High School Khulna. I wish you all are ready to follow our class with your book, pen and paper, and it is my expectation that if you follow the classes of our teachers, certainly it will be very much helpful, it will be very much useful for you to gear up your studies, to prepare your preparation for the examination, to make a good result, cut a good figure in the examination, to prepare you for your future. So dear students, let's start from the previous class. In the last class, we were reading about river gypsies. Today, we will continue river gypsies 2 because our lesson is divided into 2 parts. Lesson 1, river gypsy 1, and in lesson 2, river gypsy 2, unit 7. So today we will read unit 7, lesson 4. River gypsies 2. River gypsies in Bangladesh 2. River gypsies in Bangladesh 2. So, dear students, you can remember yesterday we have seen you some pictures. Who are river gypsies? Where do they live? How they live? And we come to know that the river gypsies lives on boats. The river gypsies live on boats, and mainly they lives in the water bodies. They lives in the water bodies, and when the Otter bodies dried up, especially after December and before May. They cannot live in the otter in their boats any longer. They become bound to get down from their otters and live in the mainlands, in the plain lands, on the banks of some rivers, on some embankments, on some open fields, and this is a very miserable life. And as a consequence of this miserable life, we have some responsibility to do. So, look after the picture. What do you see in the picture? Yes, in the picture, you see some students are getting down from a boat. It means that the toddlers are now growing up, they need to acquire education, so they should go to some school for their education, but they cannot go to some conventional school. It is very difficult for them to adjust with the mainstream children, so they cannot go to some conventional school. Rather, some voluntary organizations has arranged some unconventional school for them, some boarding school, mobile school, so that in their usual process or in their habitual process, they should be arranged some education. That is, some boat school should be initiated so that the boat children, the river gypsy children, could have higher education or continue their education based on boats. So before understanding the text, before reading the text, we'll write down some vocabs so that the lessons become easier to you. Please write down some vocabs. Number one, various. Various. Dear students, can you tell what is the meaning of the word various? Yes, various means different. Various means different. Can you tell what is the meaning of the word various? Yes, the meaning of the word various is different, vary from person to person, things from person to person, various. Can anyone make a sentence with the word various? Yes, there are various kinds of people lives on our country. Bangladesh is a country of various cultural organizations. Bangladesh has many various cultural organizations. Various types of flowers and fruits grow in our country. Okay, dear students, write another word, rapidly. 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 Can you tell what is the meaning of the word rapidly? Yes, rapidly. Rapidly means fastly, quickly. Rapidly means quickly. Dear students, can you tell what is the meaning of the word quickly? Quickly means fastly, very promptly, very promptly. Can anyone make a sentence with the word rapidly? Yes, Bangladesh is developing very rapidly. Very rapidly, Bangladesh is going to be a rich country. Now we are a developed country, but we hope that within short time, rapidly Bangladesh is going to become a rich country. Okay, dear students, please write another word, threatened. Write another word, threatened. 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 Dear students, can you tell what is the meaning of threatened? Threatened means to create some problems, to make some danger or in danger. In danger. Threatened means fall in danger. In danger. Endangered. Making problem for us. Can anybody make a sentence without threatened? Yes. Now the people of the world are in great threat, or we are threatened for the severe attack of COVID-19, severe pandemic COVID-19. We are in great threat. We are threatened by COVID-19 to detain in our house, and many people are affecting every day. Recently, some of our Bangladeshi people have died, and the number is increasing day by day. So we are in great threat. We should pray to Allah so that Allah has rescued us, saved us from this threatening situation. Please write another word: global. Global. Dear students, can you tell what is the meaning of the word global? Global means across the globe. Across the globe, that is worldwide. Worldwide, across the world, across the globe, beyond our country, beyond our borders, across the borders. Dear students, can anybody make a sentence with the word global? Yes. Now the world is a global village. We the people are now living in a global village, and for the severe attack of greenhouse effect, the global warming is increasing and so creating very many problems in the nature and the atmosphere. So we all should come forward and we should be more serious and sincere to face these global problems. Write another word: voluntary. 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 Dear students, can you tell what is the meaning of or voluntary? Yes, voluntary means self-sacrifice. Self-sacrifice. Somebody come forward for their own interest, willing, own self, willing, voluntary, selfless, own self, willing. Can we make a sentence with the word voluntary? Yes, we should always confer some voluntary service in times of necessity for our people, for the betterment and welfare of our country. Okay, dear students, let's start from the text. There are some keywords in here also: survive, to live, to alive, used to, habituated, inherit, get that what we get from our inheritance, from our forefathers, mainstream, main follow, petty, small, trick, some tactics, techniques, integral part, undivided part, community, society, settle, establish, urbanize, make, town, urban, city, town. So look at the picture, discuss with your partner and say who are, where they are, what are they doing, etc. So from the picture you can see that, look at the picture and discuss with your partner and say who they are. Who they are? They are river gypsy children. Where they are in the river boats and on the mainlands. What are they doing? Looking at them, you see that there are some books or files or some papers on their hands, and it gives us the idea that they are going to some institution or they are going to some school. And look at another picture, very nice picture, very attractive picture. What do you see in the picture? It is the picture of a school. It is the picture of a school. But very unfortunately, it is not any usual school. It is not any normal school. It is some types of mobile school. And the school is situated on a boat. So we can say this is a boat school. So read the text and understand the matter, what it really is. River gypsies in Bangladesh are having various problems. All the people have some problems. All the Bangladeshi people have some problems. That the river gypsies people are facing some different people, some facing some special problems. River gypsies in Bangladesh are living various problems. So they are facing some problems every day. Bangladesh is getting urbanized very rapidly, and it is a matter of great sorrow, it is a matter of great joy that Bangladesh is going to be a country of city. Bangladesh is going to be a country of town. It is going to be a satellite town city. Gypsy people are losing their customers in urban population. You know, the city people are very much conscious, they are careful, they are educated. And it is very difficult for the part of any cheat, for the part of any minor community to suppress them, to oppress over them, to hypnotize them. It is very easier for the part of a vendor to vend their products to a village people, to a village woman, because they are naturally, usually hypnotized. They are not so conscious, they are not so careful, but the city people are very different, they are very clever, very cunning, as they face great problems in the society, very many problems. So they should be conscious. So for becoming the urbanization of the city, or as the city people are going to be urbanized rapidly, the Bedouin people or the river gypsy people are losing their customers here because they cannot sell their products to them very easily. Hence, their income is threatened. And for this reason, when they are not getting any customers, when they have no clients, they cannot sell their things. So they are in absolute financial problems. Secondly, 24,000 kilometers of previous waterways has shrunk into only 6,000 kilometers in the country in dry season. We come to know that there are some special informations. We have some 24,000 kilometers water bodies. How long we have 24,000 kilometers water body? That means our rivers, our canals, our channels, our bills and hours, the lowlands where people move some boats are 24,000 kilometers. But it is very surprising that during the winter season, from December to May, these water bodies dried up. Except some deep rivers, rest of the rivers, canals, channels, bills and marshy dishes become dried up. During that time, these water people, these boat people cannot roam, cannot move any longer with their boats. They become bound to get down in some mainlands, in some plain lands, and as they are not the permanent settlers, as they have not of their own settlements, own existence, own residence, own lands, so they have to stay in others' lands, and very often they do not get this opportunity because every people use their lands for their cultivation, for their production, so they become bound to live on some embankments, on some roads, on some fields, and only they can move for 6,000 kilometers. This is 1/4 of the total water bodies. So 1/4 people can only survive on the water, and rest third, fourth, 3% of the total 4% people become bound to get down in the mainlands. Scientists believe that Bangladesh will be worst affected by global climate change. It is a matter of great sorrow and hardship for us that our scientists, following the changes in the nature as the climate change making some problems, and from this natural change, natural behavior, our scientists predict that Bangladesh will be worst affected by global climate change. Bangladesh will be seriously affected as the globe are changing very rapidly. The unpredictable rain and drying out of rivers have made boat movement heavily restricted. It is predicted that some rivers will dry up, but it is unpredicted that Tista, Brahmaputra, Padma, the biggest rivers of our country will be dried out. You have seen only 1 month ago, these whole rivers were overflowed. Otters everywhere, no shelter to live in. But what's the matter? Within only 1 month, these rivers has dried out, the water has gone. Our farmers are very much suffering for water crisis. They cannot irrigate their productions, they cannot produce their crops by supplying waters from these rivers because they have already dried up. And this is a great problem for the global change, for the global warming. And as the lands are drying up very quickly, so it is very much difficult for these oil bodies to solve these problems. And this unpredictable rain and drying out rivers have made boat movement heavily restricted, so they cannot easily move by their boats. Thirdly, many river gypsies are changing their lifestyle in the context of changing reality. It is natural when somebody will not get any opportunities, facilities from some business, they will have to find out some alternative source for their survival, for their earning, for their living. Because if they wish to survive with their food, shelter, sanitation, they need to earn their livelihood. But when their earning source is decreasing, is shrinking, they have to change. So also these river gypsies are changing their lifestyle and taking new lifestyle. Many river gypsies are changing their lifestyle in the context of changed reality. They are thinking of living permanently on land. So they are thinking how they can live in the permanent land. Only 5 or 10 years earlier, it was absolutely impossible for them. It is very much difficult for them to have any lands of their own for living. But now, by the great grace of a boatman, our Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, the father of the nation, has taken some daring enterprise, unbelievable enterprise. She said, those who have lands, they will get house. The government is making house for them. It's very happy matters for our people, for our poor people, for our homeless people, that they are getting house, metal house, brick built house. Secondly, they said those who have no lands will bought for them and build house on them. So those who have lands, they will get house on their lands. Those who have no lands, they will get land and house on lands. Thirdly, those who are floating people, they will get permanent settlements. So now our river gypsies also wish to live in the mainlands, and now it is their chance to have some house. Our government is trying to build up some satellite villages on the banks of some rivers, in some open lands, on some beaches of some rivers, of some seas. They are making metal house, big house, and they are allotting some apartments, some plots for them for making their house for their settlements. So now they are coming to our main streams and we will be able to settle them. The authority feels that river gypsies need to help survive in the mainstream population, and if they can live permanently, if they get permanent settlements, they will be able to live with that without any problems with permanent settlements. Therefore, the government is offering voting rights, permanent housing, and bank loan facilities. And if they can live permanently on our lands, government will offer them the bank loan facilities for making their house for permanent housing, and most importantly, they will get the voting rights. Until and unless you get the voting rights, you will not be counted as the citizen. So whenever you will get the citizenship, you will get every national and international opportunities. So let's think for the better. However, change do not come overnight, but it will not be happen so fast. It will not be happen all equally. It will take time, and eventually, we wish that our government will take every source of daring enterprise for the settlements of these boat people. Traditionally, river gypsies are used to water life. Traditionally, river gypsies are used to water life. It is the tradition that they like to live in water. They have inherited from their forefathers necessary life skills on surviving in waters. They have learned from forefathers how they live in waters. They are habituated, they are used to live in the waters. they have no education and training to adapt to mainstream modern society. But it's difficult for them to adjust with the urban population, with the urban city, with the city life, because there you have to maintain some rules, regulations, you have to follow some discipline, decorum, law, order. This is unknown to them, so it will be difficult for them. So the authority feels the need to bring them under formal education network, and these all impossible thing will be possible by them if they come to our education, if they come to our education facilities, when they will get the touch of our education, when they will come to our institution, when they will know that how to live in the society, it will be easier for them to live in the society. But they have no permanent living place yet. Gypsy children are born and brought up on roaming boats. So, like their parents, the gypsy children live on boats as the born on boats. Therefore, they cannot go to the conventional schools, and it is not very much suitable, very much useful for them to come to our normal schooling system. But some voluntary organizations, some selfless organizations, some willing organizations, those who have established some school of their own, like organize running a special school on boats, arrange some schools in boats. As they live in boats, it is very much easier for them to arrange them some boarding system, and like they're living in boats, they will start schooling on their boats, and they will pass their education living in some boats in some way, that there will be some big boats, and there will be some systems of sitting there, there will be some boats, and the teachers will give them, the boat will move on the main rivers, and it will be easier for them. So organizations are running special schools on boats to educate the river gypsies children in some areas. So already some volunteer organizations, some social organizations started to teach them in some boat school, and it is very much happier matter that by getting these education facilities, the children are very much happy, their parents also very much happy, and we the common people, with the conscious people, learned people of the society are very much hopeful and happy that for taking this daring enterprise, for taking these initiatives, our people, our racial people, our nomadic people, our people who are living from some remote areas will come to the mainstream, and they need not to live any more ethnic life, they need not to lead any more nomadic or gypsy life, rather they will be the people of our mainstreams, they will live with us, they will not be apart from education, they will get the education facilities, and finally they will be able to build up their children as the complete human being and a good citizen of this nation. This is our expectation. Okay, dear students, thank you very much. This is the text all about. Now we are going to complete the exercise. In here we have some little exercise, and I wish you will be able to answer all the questions. If we write down all the exercise, it will take time, but you can do the exercise very much easily. This will be very easy. This will not be at all difficult. I wish that you will be able to answer this question. So let's go to complete the exercise. The first question: what are the main problems the river gypsies are facing? What are the main problems the river gypsies are facing? The river gypsies are facing many problems, but the main problems is that, number one, their income is threatened. Income is threatened. Their income is threatened due to losing their due to losing their customers, as the city people are very conscious. As the city people are very much conscious, they are losing their clients. Number two, waterways have been shrunk. What are the other problems? Number two, the water waves are shrinking very rapidly. The water waves are shrinking very rapidly. Third problem. What is the third problems? In the context of changing situation, in the context of changing situation, the changing, they're changing their lifestyle. They're changing their life or profession. They're changing their lifestyle or profession. So these have been the main problems. What are the main problems the river gypsies are facing? The river gypsies are facing various problems. But number one problem, they are losing their customers and clients, and they are with the changing situation, they are changing their profession, they are changing their occupation, and the water bodies are shrinking very rapidly. So it is a great problem for them. Number two, what is the effect of global change in Bangladesh? What is the effect of global change in Bangladesh? The scientists believe that for the changing situation, the scientists believe that Bangladesh will be worst affected by the global climate change. Bangladesh will be worst affected. So number three, why are the river gypsies thinking of changing their lifestyle? The river gypsies are changing their lifestyle because they want to live permanently on land. Because they want to live permanently on land. Number four, why can't river gypsy children go to conventional schools? The river gypsy children cannot go to conventional schools as they born and brought up on boats. So it is easier for them to live on roaming boats and to have educated on roaming boats. Who are running special schools for river gypsy children? Why? It is matter of great joy that some voluntary organizations, some people or some organizations who are willing come forward for their assistance, for arranging their education. Some voluntary organizations are running special schools on boats to educate our river gypsies children. Why? Because we want they also live with us in the mainstream and they become the good citizens of the nation, so that they do not no longer remains a problems for them or they lead a romantic life. Rather, we expect to welcome them as our own people. Thank you very much. Allah Hafiz. I wish that you have enjoyed the class and you will be always serious and sincere to attend our class, to follow our class with the utmost attention. It will be helpful for you. Hope to give better classes in the next time. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Allah Hafiz.